Whoa, it's the illusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth. I'm kind of across the street from our house, up one of the canyons, not really that far, beginning my exploration of it. I kind of got a late start onto it, so as I'm bushwhacking, I don't really try to go distance. I'm all about like time. So I went a half hour up the canyon, and then, I got the sun setting over there. And you can see back there's some interesting looking trees. And my goal is to kind of get up into there and sort of walk that ridge up and go around the canyon over there to where those big slabs are. Big slabs of granite you can see from our front field. I mean, you could probably see our house if I got a little elevation right now, but yeah. So I'm just out here, just checking it out, seeing what the vibe is, and working my legs. The temperature's finally dropped a bunch, which has made it somewhat hospitable. It's funny, the temperatures just dropped 2 days ago, actually, and it went from being just hot to not, just like that. So it's a good time to get out there and see what's going on. Look at this nice old wood, dude. Look at that, dude. You see picture frame making materials right there. Huh. Interesting. But can you see our house? Maybe. Kind of. I don't know if you can see, but I can see where we sit in the mornings and watch the sunrise whenever we do that. But yeah, it's beautiful out here. Quiet, nobody around. Nature, man. Nature knows best. I like the vibe. I really do. This is highly recommended. And I especially like the just not being on a trail vibe too. I mean, it's pretty intuitive. One of the little tips that I got for you, if you're ever out bushwhacking, every now and then you got to stop and turn around and see where you've come from, because everything looks different going the other way, right? And so you think you may have passed, I passed that tree right there, that big pine tree, right? But it looks totally different walking this way, because I didn't see the others, two of them. I don't remember passing the second one. So if I was looking for one pine tree and there was a doubler there, I might get myself disoriented. I have a pretty keen sense of where I'm at, but it's just that kind of a thing that people forget to turn around and take a look at where they just came from. And that's how people get lost real easy. I mean, it's kind of hard to get lost in a canyon, but it's not impossible, since, this is hemmed in by the road. but it's ultimately getting back to where I parked the vehicular and not having to search around for it. But I know where it is. It's over there somewhere, dude. And yeah, so just enjoying this, man. It's cool, it's nice. The weather's very very pleasant right now. And I'm gonna take full advantage of it. I was gonna go for a mountain bike ride, but I got off to sort of a late start. I've been working on the quarter pipe. I think I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready to start mixing the cement. This cement, I will tell you what, the fall flowers up here are quite incredible. It's a yellow theme, but there sure is a whole variety of fall flowers up in these here parts. And I really like it. I think it's quite beautiful. So yeah, I was working on the quarter pipe and getting that all dialed in. I think tomorrow I'm moving little baby chicks into their chicken coop. It's a little too windy today for it. And yeah, we're moving along. We're moving right along. Dun, 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 dun. And this is it. It's funny because I was like, the last time I went exploring off trail near the house was like 4 months ago. So it's nice to be back in it, right? I mean, look at it. It's beautiful out here. It's funny. There's this tree up here that I need to go visit. I can see it from my house, and it always trips me out because it looks square, right? It looks square. And it always makes me think I used to think it was a water tower or some sort of like radar dish or something. But it's a tree because I went and saw it from a different angle. And that's kind of like the vibe right now, man. It's really just get into this thing and relax. I mean, ultimately relax. I think that is the gig. Kind of just make fun of it all at the same time. But like, you know, it's out here. It's funny out here in the nature. I feel totally like safe and secure and relaxed. And that's only because I know how hectic it is, right? Like, a lot going on out here. Though it seems pretty quiet. It seems pretty like la-di-da. That's not the case at all, man. It's like super duper alive out here. Can you feel it? Can you feel the livingness of it all? Look at that juniper tree. It's huge, man. There's some giant junipers. Oh boy, dude. It's exciting. It's the simple things. It's the simple things. I don't know, what do you think? You just wanna walk? Maybe I should just, I'm gonna go back and get that wood. That's my wheelhouse, that old crusty wood like that. As long as it isn't gonna break apart, man. Underneath that, who's gonna get the mirror? I sense a mirror coming out of that wood. Feels like it wants to be framed into a mirror. It definitely doesn't want to dissolve into the desert, since it came from a tree that was cut down and milled, right? You gotta fully get one more use of that wood right there. It's sort of rad when you think about it. No one else wants it, right? It's just sitting there on on the sandy floor. How rad do you think that, how stoked do you think that tree would be to like get taken out of there and put on someone's wall somewhere? Like sent halfway across the country to be on someone's wall in a mirror where they look at it every day. That's sort of super rad if you think about that for a minute. The journey of a piece of wood. The journey of a piece of wood. It makes me remember that movie, The Life of, was it The Life of Pi? Was that the movie? They need to make a movie that's like just the journey of like a crazy stick. Just a stick traveling, you know? Falls off the tree, washes down the mountain, gets in the river, some kids playing with it, throwing it back and forth, floats down the river some more, some dog finds it, takes it home, chews on it, someone's cleaning up their yard, put it in the back of their thing, gets it on a trailer, like blows out of the trailer. Maybe the movie was $20 Bill. There's a movie, $20 Bill. I think it was sort of like that. Just the journey of a $20 bill. It's the journey of a crazy stick. Then somehow gets back in the river, travels down the river he ends up in like a beaver dam, some sort of log jam, eventually gets to the ocean, travels down the ocean. You know, some kid picks it up at the beach and digs in the sand with it, goes back out in the tide, gets collected, you know, down in central Baja by some like hippies that are doing whatever, and then they're like, they decide to make it into like a piece of art. Then it travels from there to like New York, where it's part of an art show. And then from there, dude, someone buys it and like, then it lives in some skyscraper apartment in New York for a long time. And then the people move. They move to like, you know, Spain somewhere, right? Spain somewhere, and it's this stick on this piece of art, and it's living in Spain now. And then some art thieves come in and steal the stick in Spain, but they're like Russian art thieves. And the piece of art travels to you know, somewhere, and it's hidden in a storage locker, right? For years and years and years, decades maybe, and then it's sprung out of the art locker, rediscovered as a piece of art, sold again, makes its way to, you know, Hong Kong. But on the way to Hong Kong, it like falls out of the back of a truck, or the truck gets into a wreck on the Hong Kong thing, and it tumbles down the cliff, and all the contents of the truck spill out, and the stick's there, but it's not attached to the art anymore. It's on a chunk of the art, and then a big rain comes and washes it back into the ocean. And then it continues on its journey, and now it's floating around in the South China Sea somewhere. Makes its way on some current down to, you know, here and there, and then it's like floating in one of those, like, you know, rafts of like sticks and stuff out there, and you know, some castaway finds it, and it's part of some castaway's drift, and it lives with this castaway, and the castaway is Wilsoning the whole thing, and finds the little piece of art floating in the junk, dude, and recognizes it because the castaway was some sort of like art major, dude. Studied art in college and knows the piece of art from the hippie in Mexico from 5 generations before. And then he's floating in the thing, and you know, he gets rescued by the ship, and he hangs onto the little piece of art, and the art gets brought back with him as this heirloom memento in his house, and the dude becomes like some millionaire with selling his story. about a piece of, drift for 100 days in the South China Sea, and then the stick is on the cover of the book, because the stick on the piece of art is what kept the dude alive and hopeful. So it's on the piece of art on the book, and it's this heirloom. It's this dude's heirloom in his mansion, and he has it all like in a super gnarly radical case, and it lives in this mansion, protected and airtight for another 5 generations, dude. Till they colonize some distant planet, dude, and the great grandsons of the castaway need to take it into space with them, dude, because they're settling on a new planet, dude. And it gets out there, man. It's in space, but there's some sort of like space catastrophe, dude, and the spaceship goes awry and ends adrift in space in some time capsule for like 1 billion years, dude. 1 billion years, and then the capsule crashes. Like Planet of the Apes, it crashes back to Earth in the future, dude, 1 billion years later. And some advanced or primitive or some sort of other civilization finds it in the wreckage, and it's now the totem, dude. It's bizarre, it's the totem. And it's there, and it's enshrined, and it's worshipped for another 1,000 years. A bunch of weirdos on some Planet of the Apes planet from the future, 1 billion years, and then this could go on and on forever, but somebody's smoking a doobie, and they fully fall asleep with the doobie, and the doobie lights the curtains on fire, and it burns down the temple, dude, and up in smoke goes the little stick. There's my story of a stick. There's my story of the stick. See? That's fun, right? It can do all that, dude. All of this can do that. There's no telling what any of it's about, dude. We were way over there somewhere when we started telling this story. See, it's not even that long. And I think we're almost to the vehicular. We found ourselves, we are the stick. It was funny, we found out the cat's not a girl, it's a boy. I always knew it was a boy for some reason. So we were like, well, we can't call it Stormy anymore. So we decided, we went through a naming process. We named it Stick. The cat's new name is Stick. There's stick on stick action right there, dude. Now the sun is setting here up in the southern Sierras. And the glory that is this life, man. I'm super grateful. I needed it. It's getting cold right now. It's rad. It's a rad feeling. It's that fall. Hiking, the sun is setting, cold. I'm gonna go home, get a little fire going in the fireplace, the first one of the year, make some dinner, hang out with the fam. I'll probably want to watch a little bit of Clone Wars. Maybe we'll do a little bit of Legoing in the Lego studio and do that kind of thing, and then get up tomorrow and I don't know, maybe go for it. Try to finish this quarter pipe. I don't know, dude. It's the big project, dude. I'm excited, dude. I want to do grinds in my front yard. Super excited about that. I'm just kind of keeping this going because we're about to come over the rise where hopefully the car is still there. I realized today it's like I need to get a locking gas cap. Leaving your car at the trailhead, right? Out in the middle of nowhere. Subject to thievery and the gas tank vibe. I used to always have a locking gas cap. It's time. You get another one. Used to have one where you put the key in it, dude. Yeah, that I want to get up to the top of that and check it out, because I've been to the top of that one. Oh, look, there's the Terra Cruiser. Terra Cruiser for the win. Ah, Terra Cruiser. All right, you guys, links down below. If you want to support the dream, it's a value for value model. If you enjoyed that story, you can contribute. PayPal. Should get a Venmo thing going too, and all the other ones. But you know, get a t-shirt. Do what you gotta do, man. Anyway, be good. Use the name tags. Go for a walk.